Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us on This Week in the Valley. Our show features people who are making a difference and events taking place all over the area. I'm Donna Bell.
And I'm Darren Elazaris. We have an exciting show for you this week, and joining us a bit later is Dan Schliff, owner of The Island in Macon, Todd Davison and Hannah Walker with Entertainment in Macon, and Jean Jones and her guests, Kathy Nelson, with another Volunteering in the Valley opportunity.
So you're trying to decide what you're going to do with your family and friends this weekend. What would be best activity for everyone? You've got lots of choices: movies, video games, board games. What about putt-putt?
Mini golf has mental, physical, and social benefits. For one, miniature golf offers cardiovascular exercise. You can burn around 300 calories during a game of mini golf.
Mini golf encourages you using math skills, calculating your score at every hole. Even though it's simple math, it's beneficial, especially for the younger kids.
It improves hand-eye coordination, and as you play, you work on precision to decrease the amount of strokes you take to reach the hole. And it is a very continuous challenge. Every hole is designed with a different obstacle to encourage you to find creative ways to get the ball in the hole.
Miniature golf requires patience and concentration. It's fun and a great social time. Best part about it is that just about everyone can putt-putt, even families with younger children. Doesn't matter if you're short or tall, doesn't matter if you've ever played, it's a game anyone can play.
Our first guest, Dan Schliff, owner of The Island, brought miniature golf to Macon nearly 13 years ago, and he's added a few things along the way. Tom visited Dan, and here's what he has to offer.
Well, it's a beautiful day for putt-putt.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with Dan here, the owner of, what is the name of the golf?
It's the Island.
Mini golf.
Miniature golf. That's the Island Miniature Golf.
The Island, and that is just across the road and from Long Branch Lake.
Yes.
And on the kind of outer road. How would you describe to get here?
It's on Sunset. Best directions I give is from the 3663 intersection. Go west 2 miles to Long Branch Lake, turn off, and then you take the exit, make 2 left turns to get on the outer road and come back. It's about half a mile back.
Right, and you can see it from the highway. We've all seen it from the highway going by. And oh, mini golf. What? I got to go over there.
Yeah, but you can't get there from
you can't get there from here.
So you have to go on faster.
So you got a very nice little course here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the landscaping is nice, and you're kind of a hobbyist with landscaping and such.
Yes, I enjoy doing it. I'm retired now, and it's something I enjoy doing, and just caring for it and keeping everything trimmed up and everything. So.
And there's and you also have some batting cages.
Yes, we have 3 batting cages. There's 3 different speeds: 30 miles an hour, 55, and 65. And so you can move up in your challenge level. Yes.
The last time I got in a batting cage, it took me a few swings, but I got back in the groove there.
You do that.
Yeah. So Dan, what else do you got here that's kind of new to the Island Mini Golf?
Well, the last thing I've added this spring is we've got some ducks.
Ducks?
Six ducks.
That's crazy. They don't eat golf balls, do they?
No, I've tried that. I tried to teach them to retrieve them, and they don't take an interest in that.
They're not much interested.
They like to be hand-fed. If they hear people talking, they will come up to them, and I've got a gumball machine out here that's got fish food in it. And when you put the quarter in and you start to turn it, about the second click, no matter where the ducks are at, they hear that, and they will come. And they eat like starved little piggies.
Yeah.
And but I really enjoy that. I just like setting them, watching them, and they're hard to get close to. They'll come to you, and they got this like 3-foot distance. Unless you got food, they won't get any closer than that.
There's no reason to mess with you unless you got some food.
Unless you got some food.
That's right. That's right. Like yeah. Well, that's kind of a neat thing here. What about the? Are you still trying to do the flea market?
Yes, we're going to try that again this spring. And try it a few more times and see how it goes this summer. And last year started off really, really good. Towards the end of the year, it kind of fizzled off, and I have a feeling it was just late summer didn't do well. But we're going good again this spring.
Yeah, good.
We're going to have one first Saturday of every month.
First Saturday of every month.
Yeah.
And do you still need more people to bring stuff for booths and?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We seem to be doing better with buyers than we are with vendors. So we're looking for some more vendors. And lots start at $15. And
that's very reasonable. But the kids probably really like the mini golf. And
yes, they
what
do.
what if a kid would want to like have a birthday party or something?
We do that. We got 3 picnic tables. We can set them up here on the other side. I move them all the time to mow the grass. You just kind of arrange them however you want to. I've got another plain table with no seats on it inside that they can serve. A lot of people will bring their own fixings, have a carry-in supper. They have their own. Usually they have their own cake for a birthday party, or we've had graduation get-togethers out here. We've had school. We've had different church groups. Just kind of whatever, either carry-in suppers, or some people have just ordered pizza. We're gonna carry in pizza and have a family get-together, family reunion, things like that.
Then have a little friendly golf competition.
Oh yeah. And the golfing goes with it, and then the younger kids, especially the boys, they can't stay out of the batting cages. They want to bat a little bit.
Yeah.
So get a little exercise in there, stretch a little bit.
You bet.
They really enjoy that.
Well, it seems to me it'd be a really good thing if I was camping right out here pretty close at Long Branch Lake. I could come over here in a quick trip, and I think I was at Lake of the Ozarks with a mini golf and batting cages and all that.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Very similar.
Yeah, so what are your hours in general?
I've had real good luck with just 4 to 8 in the evenings. We do that, and most of our business is through the summer, but while school is on, through the day we just don't have hardly any business.
Sure.
It's always after school, so 4 to 8 works. And in the summertime, it's usually pretty hot during the day. Now, the trees help.
Yeah.
Trees
There's a
cool
lot of nice
down,
shade in this course here.
Yeah. And but just 4 to 8 in the evenings, pretty well now, and I am open all day Saturday. We open up 10 o'clock on Saturday.
Okay.
And then outside of that, it's just
Till 8 in the evening?
Yes.
So at evening? Yeah.
And we do have lights. If we want to have a party after dark or something, we do have lights.
Oh, okay.
So we can have the batting or the golf.
So, well, I'm really glad to meet you, and I'm going to get over here and do some putt-putt one of these days.
All righty. All righty. Look forward to it.
All right. Thank you.
Really? Yeah.
Golf, batting practice, and feeding the ducks. What fun. Donna, we always miss on everything.
I know.
Well, thank you, Dan.
Are you a putt-putt golfer?
I love to play putt-putt. Yeah, never let the kids win, though. That's mine.
You're so cruel. Well, in addition to miniature golf, there are many other entertainment opportunities available to you. Our next guest, Hannah Walker and Todd Davison, share with you some other options.
Hello, I'm Todd Davison, and I'm here with Hannah Walker. And we're here to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in Macon, entertainment, and things you can do for fun. There's lots of different opportunities, but we just happen to represent a couple of very special ones. So Hannah, what do you like to do, or what's up in Macon as far as you're concerned?
Well, I just saw Civil War, and now I don't know what to do anymore.
That's exactly the right answer. Civil War, Captain America Civil War, just opened on Friday, and you've heard it all about it on the radio. It's the #1 movie of the weekend and all, hundreds of millions of dollars in 3 days' time. Unbelievable. But it is really a great movie. It's the Marvel universe of all the various different Marvel characters coming together. And one of the things that's so much fun about these movies is there's all these little side characters that people don't even know about unless you're like a comic book person. And so you get to see the little bitty introductions of all them. So like in this show, a big introduction is Black Panther, who's a great character, and he's going to spin out to have more movies. But the most fun for me is that they have the Spider-Man. We introduced Spider-Man in this movie, and this is the new Spider-Man, a whole new set of Spider-Man films that are going to come out in the next 5 years. And so I think Civil War has been a great show that people are going to love because it's a great story and great action. But that's not all, because it's the beginning of summer, and Civil War kind of kicks off the summer movie time. I just returned from a convention last month in Las Vegas called CinemaCon, where they show exhibitors, people who run theaters all over the United States and the world, lots of clips of the things that are coming out in the next year. And Civil War was the one movie that we got to see the whole thing of, so that was really good. But another one that's coming out from Disney is Finding Dory. This is a sequel to Finding Nemo, and it's really, we saw the first 27 minutes of it, which is the sort of thing they do at this convention. They show us chunks of the movies, and it's going to be really fun. But next weekend, or this coming up weekend, starting May 13th, is Money Monster, which stars George Clooney and Julia Roberts. You know them?
Yes, I do.
Or are they old people?
They're sort of old.
They're sort of old, that's right. But anyway, they're the stars of this. It's about George Clooney plays this charismatic guy who's a financial guru on TV, and he tells people what they should invest in. Well, he gives this big recommendation for this stock that then like tanks. And so everybody's mad and everybody loses their money. And one particular disgruntled investor comes and takes George Clooney and Julia Roberts hostage on the air. And it's a thriller, and that's going to be fun. Money Monsters, great cast. And then the next weekend, May 20th, it's time for Angry Birds. That's what we're standing in front of, this humongous Angry Birds thing. Now, Angry Birds is a movie about a video game that I have no familiarity with. So, Hannah, have you ever played Angry Birds?
I am. It's not a video game.
Oh.
It's an app. It's a game on your phone.
You mean a video game is not the same as an app?
I think of a video game.
Well, when I was a kid, there was like Nintendo and Pong.
Yeah.
You've ever seen Pong?
Yeah, I've seen
It was great.
Pong.
You just had a thing like this, and that's all there was to it.
Well, now it's on your phone.
I could understand it.
Compact.
But Angry Birds was a game about these birds.
Yeah, and you like shot them and they knocked over things. Or no, you shot the pigs and they knocked.
And they're green pigs.
Yeah.
So this is a movie where they've taken that idea from a little game on your phone and tried to spin it into a story about the birds and why they're angry. The red bird, this one, the leading bird, he's angry. And these pigs come and visit, and then they figure out that the pigs actually have a nefarious sort of a plan for them. And so it's a great big fun show with lots of funny comic characters that are pigs and that are birds. So that's Angry Birds, whatever that is. So if you don't know anything about Angry Birds on the app, don't worry. I don't know anything about it either, but the movie's going to be fun. But, you know, Hannah is here as my sidekick to talk about movies that she hasn't seen. But really, what she's really here for is to talk about Maples Repertory Theater.
Yes. So Maples Repertory Theater, our first show begins June 15th, and it's Ring of Fire, the music of Johnny Cash. So a bunch of music, different Johnny Cash hits and things that you might not even know he sang. So that's what we start off with. And that goes into July, and then we throw in Of Mice and Men, which is a classic drama. I'm sure everybody's heard of it. Most people have heard of it. So it's something a little different. We don't do a lot of dramas, but we're trying one out, and I think it's going to be good. And then last show for the summer is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is something that we've done before in 2005. So it was the second season is when we did it last.
When Hannah was in second grade or something like that.
I was 14, I think. So yeah, we're doing that again, and you can tell them more about it.
Yeah, so Joseph is just big and fun and lots of dancing and singing and colorful and all like that. So what else is coming up? Before the season starts, though, every year we kick off with a special big event.
Our fundraiser is June 4th, which is a Saturday, and it's our big fundraiser for the year. We put out tents on the street, close down Ruby Street in front of the theater, and you come out and you have a nice gourmet meal. You got wine, and there's silent auction and a live auction, and it's just a great event. Starts at 6 o'clock as the hors d'oeuvres and the wine tasting, and goes into the night, and it's always really fun and a really good fundraiser. It's for a good cause. So.
And also, Boots and Black Tie is the first time when some of our summer company is there. So some of the actors and technicians who are going to be around for the summer will be there too. So you get to kind of see them, and that's good. Some returning and some new people, of course.
And the first day of the show, our first show is Ring of Fire. Opens June 15th. We've also got Big Bam coming through town, which is Bicycles Across Missouri, and they're starting in St. Joe and going to Hannibal, and we're kind of right in the middle. I think third or fourth day is our overnight stop, and so we're gonna have like 800 to 1,000 bicyclists and their family and stuff with them. And we'll have a big party at the fairgrounds here. They'll have bands, and we'll have vendors, food vendors, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun. It's a really, really fun day. I mean, all around.
So in the evening at the fairgrounds, but then during the afternoon and early evening down Jackson Street, also we've got. There's going to be like food vendors and all.
Not Jackson.
Vine Street.
Vine Street. Down Vine Street, there'll be a big table set up and a big family farm to table kind of.
And you can eat, and that's what I like to do.
Yep, lots of eating and some entertainment down there as well.
Yep, then you can come and see Ring of Fire opening, and then go back out to the fairgrounds and dance the night away. That's what we know. So we're going to come back sometime, if they let us, and tell you about what's going on in entertainment around Macon again. So we'll see you again sometime, and we hope for you to see you at the show.
Thanks, Todd and Hannah. So many things to do. I'd like to see several of those movies.
Well, my dad is a huge Johnny Cash fan, and he'd really enjoy the Ring of Fire shows. So as you're looking for things to do, always remember that spending time volunteering provides a sense of purpose and adds more zest to your life.
Our final guest, Gene Jones with AARP, visits with Kathy Nelson to discuss options at the theater.
Volunteering in the Valley is back with a guest today, Kathy Nelson, who works with Maples Repertory Theater. Volunteering in the Valley is a cooperative effort between our little AARP chapter here, the Long Branch area chapter, and CBTV. So here we are again, and we're going to talk to Kathy a little bit about volunteering opportunities with the Repertory Theater, some of the programs that they're doing, some of the opportunities that they offer our community, both from a on the receiving end point of view, if you will, is coming to the shows and enjoying great quality performances, which ordinarily communities of our size aren't privileged to have. Kathy, tell me a little bit about the most important thing that you use volunteers for and why you need volunteers for that.
Well, I'd say probably the most popular thing that we use volunteers for is our usher program, and that is coordinated by Linda Ellis, and she's already hard at work finding ushers to meet and greet people as they come into the theater, especially the groups that we have visiting from out of town. But we do have opportunities to substitute if there's anyone interested in volunteering. We're always looking for people to fill in for ushers that can't make it for one reason or another, and that seems to be a pretty popular way to volunteer at the theater.
As a matter of fact, I'm on the sub list up there, and I hope I'll get called again. I know I was called only one time, and it was something where I had previous commitment out of town for that day, and it was only 24 hours ahead, and I had to say, I'm sorry, but next time I'm hoping I'll be able to say, I'll be glad to be there.
Well, now that I met you, I'll put your name at the top of the list.
Well, somewhere in the middle it'd be just fine, Kathy. And what other things do you need help from the community for?
Well, one of the things that is extremely helpful for us when we get ready to do a bulk mailing is we ask people to come in and help sort through whatever we're mailing by zip code, and there's a lot of stacking and sorting and stuffing and that sort of thing. And it actually becomes kind of a fun activity because we're there as a group, and we try to get that mailing out as together, working together on that. So
I can see where that would be important, and because a lot of your actual actors and actresses and even your support people come from out of town, you're going to be looking mainly to the local community for things like the mailings and the ushers.
right.
Is there an age range that you prefer? Will you take, for instance, high schoolers to work as ushers, or would you prefer older?
You mean with the mail stuffing?
Mailing
yeah,
and
it would be anyone who can follow a zip code and that sort of thing. You know, that would be really the only requirement. We often have retired people come because they have time during the day.
Right.
We try to get the mailing done during the day. But speaking of high school kids, we do use high school kids as volunteers, particularly with our fundraisers.
That's great. Speaking of fundraisers, I understand you have one coming up real soon.
Real soon, a month and a day away. Well, it won't be by the time this airs, but June the 4th, 2016 is our Boots and Black Tie, which is our biggest fundraiser of the year. And we require a lot of volunteer effort to make that event happen. starting with the high schoolers. We have them help us bus tables for the evening, and we have volunteers take tickets at the door and help us set up. That's a big need that we have, particularly for that day, because you're trying to get everything done in a very short amount of time. So that's helpful.
Tell us exactly what that event is, in case some in our community and in the viewing audience may not be familiar with it.
Boots and Black Tie is our primary fundraiser. It begins at 6 p.m. It's an event that takes place in and outside the theater. In front of the theater, we'll block the street, and we'll set up big tents and tables for a dinner that we serve. It's a buffet-style dinner. We have wine tasting, and we offer beer and other drinks as part of the ticket price. And then inside the theater, we have a silent auction in the reception hall, and it's set up all around the perimeter of that room. And then inside the auditorium, we have a live auction that happens, I think it starts about 8 o'clock on that night. And we have great items, anything from events to dinners with special local chefs around the area, and
Great.
you know, paintings by local artists. And we have some craftsmen that build furniture, and of course Jim Foley's carvings and things like that. So we have a real variety of things for the live auction. And it's just a great evening. The ticket price is $50 a ticket, but it does include your meal and your tasting and a great night of entertainment and the auctions.
I'm hearing another opportunity there, because I'm sure you welcome donations of items to be auctioned, not just from businesses, but from individuals who have a particular talent or may have an item that is very worthwhile, but that, you know, maybe I've redecorated and it just doesn't fit with what I have anymore, and it's a very nice piece of art or something like that would be great
Absolutely.
for you folks.
Yeah, we would be grateful for any kind of donation like that. You know, we have a lot of really talented artisans in the area that share their talents and skills. So, yeah, we're grateful for donations, too. That's a great way to help.
Okay, so one more. What's your last volunteer need?
Well, we talked about this a little bit ago, props. Personally, but there's a lot of times we're looking for something to use on the stage, something interesting or unusual, like a hat, for example, because hats are kind of hard to come by, and lots of us have that kind of thing, maybe from a grandparent or something like that. Luggage, character kinds of clothing, that sort of thing. That we would appreciate donations of anything like that. So before you throw it away, look and see if it's something that you think maybe the theater might be able to use.
And I love that idea, because, you know, I've got a few hats up in the top of my closet, because I grew up in an era where ladies wore hats to a lot of events.
That's right.
And so, you know, you had a couple of hats for church on Sunday or for anything special that you were going to attend. Hats were there. Try to find one now for a period piece, right?
Right, exactly. That's a great example. Last year we had someone that had an old sleigh, like the old Christmas sleigh, and what would you do with that really if you owned that yourself? It was we used it, found the perfect place for it for our play that we did last Christmas. So don't throw it away. You know, think about us first.
Yeah, there are seasonal things and things that would help to enhance or accentuate a particular character part. And, you know, old clothing.
Capes or cloaks or anything like that.
And I imagine fur scarves, things of that nature, that we wouldn't necessarily readily find by going to a Goodwill or another resale store to try to find period things for the plays and musicals that you're putting on.
That's right.
So we're getting ready for the new season.
Right.
And the new season includes some exciting things, because I was reading about it the other day in the paper.
Right. We opened June the 15th with Ring of Fire, the music of Johnny Cash. We've got lots of interest in that already. And then we'll have a straight play of Mice and Men in the second play for the summer. And then we'll close out the summer with Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's the only musical we've done twice, but it's a great show, and it would be great for church groups or you know, that sort of thing. Would really enjoy that.
A wonderful family show.
Yes.
And speaking of families, I believe that your group also offers a workshop for young people who are interested in theater in the summertime.
We do. We have 3 different theater camps. There's information on our website, www.maplesrep.com. But yeah, they're very popular because they're taught by the actors that come in to live and work here at Macon. And that's a wonderful opportunity for kids to meet these young actors as they're beginning their career, and they're learning about being on stage and in front of people. It's a good experience.
And here again, when we talk about offering young people an opportunity for an activity that will become a life activity for them, great place.
That's right.
Not every young person is going to be a super athlete. Not every young person is going to have certain other kinds of talents and abilities. But here's an opening for young people with talent in the music and acting areas who, if we lived in a comparable small town in a lot of other areas, there would be no live theater opportunity for them. They wouldn't have a workshop to attend with skilled, trained instructors to help them along and give them a start on it. So think about this as a community-wide thing. Think about it as something that enhances all of us, enriches all of us. And for those of you who aren't directly in the Macon area, I know that a lot of you come in and attend some of these performances. So keep in mind what we have available here. Give them a helping hand when you can. Come in and usher. Come and help with a mailing. Find a way, and we'll all make our area and our community richer for it. There are lots of other opportunities out there for you to volunteer. We always think of the groups that help with necessities of life, such as food and utilities and other things that are provided by our food pantry and the Agape Cafe. We've got the Community Child Development Center, who are getting ready to start a big building project so that they can serve more young people in the community. Only facility that I know of around here that will take newborn to kindergarten. So keep all these places in mind, whether they're operated by your church, whether they're operated by Macon Ministries, whether they're a public agency. So many of us could lend a helping hand, make somebody's life a little bit better. See you in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, have a great spring and keep on volunteering. Thanks again. This is Jean Jones for Volunteering in the Valley.